Hello, welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me for today's show. Well, today we're going to continue on in Matthew chapter 15. Only going to cover one verse today. We're going to cover verse 32 in Matthew chapter 15. Alright, so Matthew chapter 15 verse 32 says, Then Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I have compassion on the crowd, because they have been with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat, and I am unwilling to send them away hungry, lest they faint on the way. So this begins the narrative of what is known as the feeding of the 4,000. And yes, some people think that this is another way of looking at the feeding of the 5,000 like it's the same event. This is a separate event. Matthew is very clear on this. We covered the feeding of the 5,000 already in the previous chapter. What is significant here is in chapter 15, we start to see Jesus' expanded ministry to the Gentiles. We see him healing the daughter of the Canaanite woman, who is a Gentile. We see Jesus healing everyone in Galilee, all these people in Galilee. Not all of them were Jewish. And today we see that Jesus has compassion on those who follow him. He has compassion. They followed him for 3 days. They're hungry. He wants to feed them before he sends them on their way. So, there's some key differences here between the feeding of the 4,000 and the feeding of the 5,000. Obviously, it's a different number of people. There's one key difference there. Another is the number of loaves, as we're going to see tomorrow. And the number of baskets left over, which we're also going to see tomorrow. However, both emphasize the miracle and Jesus' sign and the abundance of what he gives the people, the abundance of bread that was provided. So Jesus had compassion on those who followed him. That's what we read in today's verse. And he still has compassion on us today. Remember, we tend to forget that Jesus walked on the earth. He knows what it's like to have family members die. He knows what it's like to be hungry. He knows what it's like to be sad. He knows what it's like to have his friends abandon him. He knows what we go through. He has compassion on us. He's always there for us. Be encouraged by that today. God bless you. Thank you for joining me on this episode. We'll catch you tomorrow. God bless.